Welcome Guardians to Distraction Gaming. In this video we're going to break down all the juicy deets of the new Warlock Stasis Subclass, the Shadebinder, and new ways to customise your subclasses. What ways, you ask? Well, stay to the end of the video for that wholesome darkness goodness, and as always hit that subscribe button below and let's go beyond light. Before we get into the Shadebinder, we have been given more details on Stasis as an elemental power within Destiny. Stasis will act as a way to control enemy combatants and space, which manifest in many ways, including freezing and slowing opponents, creating defensive crystalline stasis structures, and even shattering frozen combatants. Stasis is going to change the meta of the game, and it looks to be a subclass more in the realms of defense than offense, with some interesting possibilities in both PvE and PvP, especially in its ability to help you control zones and the traffic of players and combatants, locking out areas or forcing them down a certain path. The Warlock Shadebinder focuses on the freezing sides of Stasis. A Warlock Shadebinder can summon a Stasis staff that can freeze opponents immediately, rendering them immobile. The subclass melee ability does just that. Called Penumbral Blast, the attack is a quick burst of stasis energy that erupts from the staff that instantly freezes anyone if it hits even those in a super. This ability sounds devastating in gameplay situations. Cancel someone using their super, make a 2v1 fight into a 1v1, or freeze an opponent and finish them quickly with a shotgun or possibly a sniper. The Warlock's Shadebinder's super, Winter's Wrath, continues this freezing concept. After popping, the Shadebinder summons their stasis staff and fires a projectile that instantly freezes opponents. The Guardian can then raise their staff and detonate its stasis crystal that sends a devastating, shattering shockwave that disintegrates nearby frozen foes. I assume the super will end when you destroy the crystal. It'll be interesting to see how many projectiles you can fire, as the possibilities of freezing multiple enemies sounds very interesting for controlling a zone. It also sounds very good for ad clearing in certain situations. I definitely look forward to playing with it on an alt account, but definitely not coming up against it. If you're a Warlock main, put in the comments below your impressions of the Shadebinder and how you plan on using it with certain builds. It will be good to know as a hunter to learn your strategies. Though this subclass sounds powerful, players can make it even more powerful through the customizable features for the subclass, coming with Beyond Light through the addition of aspects and fragments, which is now shown upon screen. Aspects are class-specific physical items in the world. When slotted in, they offer new abilities among other effects, which can be mixed and matched. They also have space for fragments to also be slotted in, available to all Guardians, and are also physical items found in the world that add passive perks, such as a stat bonus, but may come with penalties. For example, as shown on screen, the Warlock has found a Frost Pulse aspect in the world which augments their Rift ability that can now freeze any enemies caught in the field. They have also equipped a fragment in the aspect slot called Whisper of Refraction that replenishes some of the class ability upon shattering enemies, but at the cost of -10 on both discipline and intellect. Therefore, the Warlock can now cast their Rift, shatter the enemies within it, and most likely have enough ability energy to cast another Rift soon after, and rinse and repeat. I must admit, I really love the sound of this layer of customization through the aspects and fragments. It's going to really add the deep RPG mechanics that Bungie promised. Having the ability to customize your playstyle with the addition of consequences. And consequences are so important in an RPG. It makes you really have to toil with certain decisions when creating a build, but also it balances it. And I really am thankful that they're really starting to look into this kind of things. It mirrors especially what they've done with the armor mods in the seasons, which have been really fantastic. So saying that, I am really looking forward to seeing more about this feature. What else could they possibly add? For example, maybe if you put a Warlock Rift down, maybe it'll add a stasis field around you that slows down enemies. The possibilities could be endless, and that sounds exciting to me. So that wraps up this video. Please like, share and subscribe if you did like this video. If you didn't, please put a dislike. All feedback is appreciated, and watch out for the video that will cover the Titan Behemoth Stasis Subclass when the news launches. This has been Distraction Gaming. Thank you for watching.